Welcome back to the Teacher Training Video Project. Today we will discuss how to create writing assignments for students. Writing is one of the most important ways for teachers to assess students, and along with speaking, comprises the productive portion of language.
By productive, we mean that students can get creative and say sentences that convey their own feelings and ideas. But writing is also rule-based, meaning that students must pay attention to grammar, style, and punctuation. So one of the biggest problems teachers have when creating activities is deciding whether to have a productive or creative assignment that might ignore linguistic features, or to have a grammatically correct assignment that may stifle creativity. Let us suggest that a balance between these two dynamics is possible. Let me share how. First, as you create your own writing assignments, consider mimicking real-world writing. Real-world writing will give students a chance to learn about genre, style, audience, and purpose. Real-world assignments might include writing a newsletter, describing a picture or object, a letter to the editor, a cartoon, a recipe, a diary or journal, a short story or poem, a thank you letter, or they can even participate in a movie by writing a small screenplay. These real-world writing assignments help to foster creativity and excitement in a language class, and help students gain exposure to culture and to assignments they may encounter in the future. And remember, if these assignments seem difficult, you can always modify these assignments to fit your students' needs. Instead of a newsletter, have students do a small paragraph that would be found in a newsletter. If a thank you letter is too difficult, create a template so that students can be successful filling it out. Let me give you a second tip. As fun as it is to create real-world assignments, these assignments must be structured. This means that you must have clear rules for grammar, vocabulary, and word length. The activity should mirror the textbook by having students continue to work on the kinds of grammar or vocabulary found within the chapter you are working on. Finally, make sure you write clear objectives when you are designing real-world assignments. If you don't know what you want students to master from the language, you may end up with a class that was a lot of fun, but that didn't teach the students anything. To write good objectives, make sure you set specific goals and think about what you want the students to accomplish. Also, make sure you are clear about what materials you will use in order to assess the success of the objective. Now, here are 3 examples of clear objectives. Notice that the specific goal is highlighted in pink, while the materials are highlighted in yellow. Number 1. Write a paragraph about your vacation using 10 vocabulary words from the unit. Notice that the goal has a discrete number of words here, and that the material comes directly from the textbook itself. Number 2. Write a summary using the past tense, given a small article to read. Notice here that the teacher could probably be even more specific and explain how long the summary will be. Number 3. Given pictures of people, describe the differences among them, using both comparatives and superlatives. Again, this last objective focuses on both a specific linguistic goal and the materials that will be given to accomplish that goal. To review, by giving students grammar objectives, you are providing structure for the students. This structure will help students get direction on how to accomplish the assignment. And by the way, helps you to know what and how to assess their mastery of the task. we'd like to conclude this video by inviting you to search out the Iraq supplemental materials. These materials we have created for both the primary and intermediate levels. These activities will help students to love writing and get important practice in linguistic forms. At the basic level, you will find many activities. One, for example, is called the Hello Book. This activity allows students to introduce themselves in a simple and fun way. You are also given a number of writing practices that will help students in second primary to practice their handwriting skills. There are many more activities that you can learn about by looking through these materials. And it is at the intermediate levels where students really get to write. They will be asked to do all kinds of real-world writing, such as interviewing a fellow student, writing a newspaper-type article, or describing a dream house in the style of a magazine. They will be invited to do fun activities, like inventing their own sport, writing an email to a pen pal, perhaps describing things they are familiar with, like a neighborhood, or things they are unfamiliar with, like the future, or even something that sparks the imagination, like writing a legend about dragons and a princess. Not only that, but we also want them to think about their own lives and futures. And so we have created some activities, like the mission statement activity, to help them consider their own goals and ambitions. Such activities can make writing real and can serve as reminders to them that communicating in another language still involves communicating ideas and opinions.
As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time and discuss speaking activities and even more creative ideas for the classroom.